Yo, dog. Hey, good evening.
Howdy. What can I help you with? Straight.
Hey.
Howdy, howdy.
May you find what you seek.
What's going out there? So, can you download this beta while you play? It looks like it's paused.
I think you can manually resume it.
Ha!
Should we just cancel raid tonight and I'll play on the beta?
Yeah, I was planning on playing playing the beta on my second screen.
As long as we got enough people with it.
Give Boone updates.
I'll play Death Knights.
Can you make a guild in there?
Yes.
Yeah, but we need 10 people.
I think we have 10 people. We have everyone but Boone now.
Perfect.
We do the 10-man next.
I hate all of you.
Yes, burn yourselves out now. Doing next again.
Dottie, get the beta.
No.
You have to join a new guild.
I raid on 3 characters the other week. I don't have time for beta.
Yeah, you just take the time that you were using for progression on those other 2 guilds and use it for Wrath. Beta. You have to join Blue Chew. Yeah, I like no boons allowed, though. I'm feeling no boons allowed.
Dude, the NBA? Nice.
NBA! Gotta do it now. Alright, the 3 people missing are the 3 people that said they're gonna be late. I think we can pull with 1, 2...
I'm not in the instance, but I will be shortly.
Ah, well, you'll get here when you get here.
Yep,
1,
yep. Sorry about
2, 3, 4 healers.
2 missing people. Well, Laura just logged on, so.
Alright,
Buff me!
start moving. Buff Curry. Yeah. Hold on.
Tanks.
Yeah, I gotta do all the things, guys. I'm doing it now.
I will drop a second table once the next 2 get here, since I'm dumb.
Oh, I didn't even...
Second table, huh?
What, make you the master looter?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You'll have to show me how to do that sometime.
You can automate that in raid tools.
Here's a first table.
Oh, I would have set that one down. Sorry, Nina. I thought you already did.
No, I've been distracted.
New
I had to
computer.
name. Yeah, I had to name it, so that would took a minute because it asked me what
Obviously.
its name was. So
Alright, all the warlocks should have assist. Give Dottie assist in case you need it.
Nina, figuring out how to wear those pants and break all my sets was a little rough.
it's sad.
Worth it, but rough.
Yeah, there's just some nice pants. They're technically Bis for me, but I preferred the Spirit ones for personal
Gotcha.
preference. I like having The extra mana regen. Because if I run out of mana, y'all are fucked.
It's got a shitload of stam and int.
It does.
But yeah, less spirit. 26 less spirit. But yeah, I got rid of pants at 26 hit, which is harder when that's all you have is the hit item.
That's fair. Just wait till pre-patch. I'll give everybody hit.
Sweet.
Give
help me
everyone
now.
head?
That's what I heard too, but I'm gonna say he meant hit.
Yeah, hit.
I thought he meant hit.
I don't give shit for mana back, but I'll give hit at least.
Let's start getting through a little trash. And make sure everyone's awake, I guess, but it's full time.
How fast are these imps?
Okay, we're good. You can.
Faster than you.
Are they faster than
Yeah, they're
me?
definitely faster than you.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
So I was looking at their health pools, and I was thinking if I could kite them up and around the room in there, I think I could have killed them.
Y'all standing so close to those.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
Boom.
Good start. Good start
Click,
tonight.
boom.
Good omen. All right.
So I learned something about the Priestess of
Later, grab
Torment.
the two pain bringers.
By the way,
Yeah, what's up?
if you root her, you can kill the other three and just ignore her.
Oh, like perma rooter?
Yeah, you just
Like
keep
rotor
rooting.
rooter?
Yeah.
Rotor.
I'll read her. I'm back.
All right, we got our rooters, so let's do that.
I did
No,
a
but-
thing and I need to go to the bank really quick. I'll be right back.
Do you need a
All
pull?
right. Go fix your stupid thing. Let's pull.
Do you want to port your Arsenio? Oh, you're already gone. Never mind.
I'm already good.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can root her even while she's whirlwinding. It'll break because people are hitting her. You gotta ignore her though. It's more useful when you have two of them. If you have two of the spinning girls, then it's actually not a bad idea.
Just pass. Then I'll need it.
I wonder how screwed up I'm gonna be tonight with different haste rating.
Hopefully not
What'd
too
you
much.
go from and to?
Hmm?
What was your before and after?
Not that bit of a difference, about 8, but it throws the timing off just enough. It's like I had it perfect where I could get exactly 2 Mind Flays off in between Mind Blast cooldowns.
Oh, damn.
But now I'm gonna finish it just a smidge too soon. But not enough to cast another spell.
That's when you take your key breaks.
I guess it's not that bad.
Beta's downloaded.
Hell yeah. Well, if we wrap this up in an hour or so, we should be able to get into the beta.
Exactly. That's the mission now, folks. I want to play beta tonight before I have to go to bed.
Why would you say that?
You don't want to play beta or what?
You jinxed us again.
Oh, you're superstitious.
This isn't a fucking baseball game. Come on, what do you wear the same socks every time you raid?
Hey, man.
Wait, you don't?
It's on you. I don't watch sports.
I don't
You're
wear
watching
socks.
sports. I don't wear socks in the summer.
I don't wear pants when I'm raiding.
That's for the best.
Kilt.
I don't ever wear pants.
Help. Dispel me. Franks.
Alright, gang's all here. It's just the time.
Sorry, hunters. My heals suck. I tried to heal your beds.
I was kind of AFK there for a second. My wife came in here and demanded back scratching.
Sometimes it's all you need.
I know you should get her for her birthday. Back scratcher.
She's given me
married
about
one, though.
15 and will not use one.
Don't get her one of those rotating brush back scratchers like they give to cows, because that could be seen as an insult.
I can see how that could go wrong.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
They're pretty nice.
Till you get slapped in the face with it.
Alright, I have a ton of arcane bombs. Open trade with Mr. Bear. You need them?
We only have one paladin tonight? This is scary.
Should have two. We got Bitter and Salvius.
Sorry, he wasn't here yet, so he's grayed out.
You're gonna get a salve and one other buff.
He was just grayed out. I didn't see him because he's not here yet.
Alright, there you go, Mo.
Thank you.
And then Mooch, do you got bombs?
I have 16 right now, so.
Alright.
I'm feeling confident.
I brought 100 bombs, so when you open trade with me later, I will have more for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's? Oh. All right, Boone, then Mooch, then Mobus. Does that sound like a good rotation? Is that how you've been doing it since Shiva's out?
No, but
Shiva
go first, so he'll go first.
Well, Shiva was always in the first slot since he's not here. I thought I'd just take his spot.
That sounds good.
And I scanned your raid discussion stuff. We're gonna wait till they group up a little more.
Yeah. Oh. So, we're not gonna Nova them anymore. Cugley's been screaming this for weeks, and I'm finally listening. It's a good point that Novaing them to start actually kind of disrupts their path. It becomes less predictable. It keeps them spread out for longer. Standard mage farming tactics, if you let the mobs come to you as they're slowed, they'll naturally kind of coalesce. Like, as they're running at the raid, they'll be less spread out as they run towards us. There'll be a sweet spot where they're close enough, they're about halfway to the raid, where they'll be all within the distance to get hit by a single arcane bomb, as opposed to in the past where you've just hit as many as you could, but you could never hit all of them. So, can you get moved to group 2? Yep. Thank you. So, yeah, I would say a couple of seconds after they appear, let them come towards the raid, and then you just got to use your best judgment. Just be a gamer, and, silence them when they're all somewhat closer together, grouped up, whatever you want to call it, within the circle, the green circle of your bomb.
All right.
Sorry.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Yeah, Nina, that's going to make your job super, super critical. Try and put the. I'm just being pedantic. I know you know what you're doing, but just try to put the circle in front of them a little bit, as opposed to right on top of them, obviously, and then refresh it once they're, the one in front is about to lose its slow, so that they stay slowed. You can use rank 1 to save your mana, because really your mana is best used dumping into MURU and the Void Sentinels, and Arcane explosioning the Blood Elves when they're near you. But otherwise, Curry and Nina, stay near the raid. You're probably going to need to shift out a little bit once per minute in order to drop an interrupt on the mages. Nina and Curry, have you set up an assignment for yourselves, or would you like me to just tell you who to go where?
I mean, I can take either side.
All right, so take the hallway, Curry, and then Nina, you take the doorway.
Okay.
Thank you. Outside of that, do as best as you can to always be casting, as opposed to kind of like queuing yourself up to get ready for your job. Even 2 or 3 seconds of that is like thousands of damage that isn't going into MURU. So only move when you absolutely need to. Spell steal when you can. Obviously, I think we'll get a lot of use out of that. We're going to try to keep Morgan on MURU, okay? And in order to keep Morgan on MURU, we're going to need to compensate a lot on the Void Sentinels. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it's going to work, okay? If it's not going to work, we'll just make an adjustment, but we'll see on this first poll how well we keep up on keeping the Void Sentinels dead. All right. Mobus, your job otherwise shouldn't change. Mages, you know what to do. Warlocks, you've got your thing figured out. Yeah, Mobus should be fine, more than enough to deal with it, but we'll see where we're at. If everyone's ready, go ahead and tuck in the corners. Any questions about this new strat? Not a lot is changing, but I'm hoping just enough is changing that it'll make the difference. Healers, take a look at the note. Make sure you know who you're healing. And we're going to... Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
The last thing, I guess, is we're going to try to push more predictably so people know, as opposed to, should we go? Should we not? Should we go? Should we not? We're going to try to push before the 3-minute mark. I don't know if we're going to hit that. We'll see where we're at that point. But Void Sentinels come out predictably. Blood Elves come out predictably. So on a fresh Void Sentinel, once it's out, we can ignore it, burn MURU down. In that transition, we can get rid of the Sentinel, get rid of the ads, and then cleave the Blood Elves down during phase 2. That's the idea with this, because at 3 minutes, a darkness goes out. So if the darkness is out, it's kind of a pain in the ass. We can do it, but we're going to have to wait another, 20 seconds or so before we push. So also a fresh wave of Blood Elves goes out at 3 minutes. So if we hit 3, we're going to have to wait till like 3.5. But the idea is if we push way sooner, healers should have way more mana.
You said we're lusting lock group, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going to lust the lock group on pull.
Okay.
And then all the other lusts will save for phase 2, hopefully to help us get over the edge for that that push at 2.5 minutes-ish. Any other questions? Let's just fucking do this. Hey, go for it, Morgan.
Who's fucking pumped? All of you. Cool.
I'm super duper pumped. He's in like a big hallway with an echo.
He's just in the bathroom.
Always.
Shh. It's also like 10 times louder than usual.
It's because I'm so excited. I'm like sitting up closer to my mic.
Fucking pumped.
Somebody needs to get fishing.
5.
Need the boss to come up.
3.
And I'll keep us up to date on where the timer's at.
Sorry, I already put up my job. Casting it.
If they just stand there, just go back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
She's being a real bitch. Could use some help on her.
Single target on X.
Bomb out now.
Darkness fading in 1.
I need misdirect.
Oh, this is so sketch.
Yeah, she stood there the full 30 seconds.
Love that. I've hit her with 3 counter spells now.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
That's 4.
I need misdirect. Bitter's down. Let's start this over. Die.
What's the timer? Because we were at 20
minutes.
2 minutes even.
So she stood there for 2 minutes total because she went through 4 of my counter spells. Awesome.
If she has a buff up, you need to steal it first.
I stole that too. I got a buff and 4. Whatever the fuck. She's just being stupid.
Where the Death Knight's at.
Get over
Yeah,
here.
right?
Yeah, and the timing kind of sucked on that because the enhancement shaman were out of range at that point. We'll want the shaman to be ready. Whatever your old assignments were, enhancement shaman, those are your sides that you'll be responsible for as a backup.
My ninja, or red ninja. I will call out for you if I need help again.
Was range just an issue on the last spawn? Was that why misdirect was needed?
It was in darkness.
Yeah, it was all the way on the other side, and I got baited into helping with a berserker that I saw was loose. I didn't want to kill anyone, so I stunned it, and then it turned to me, and I picked it up accidentally. So I was a little late getting to it too. So I'll just let whatever happened with the berserkers happen.
Yeah, and you don't have any ranged ability, unfortunately.
Well, and usually I can charge it, but because of the darkness, I didn't want to charge it because I'd die anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just in a bad spot. That was my fault.
Not suiciding is always a good policy.
So, yeah, if the mage continues to stand there, there's not a lot we can do other than keep interrupting it. And just hopefully on the second time it gets interrupted, it'll be...
That doesn't happen very
Run
often
in.
either, so that was just a stupid instance, I think. But I'll make sure to spell steal and counterspell to my heart's content.
And Bitter's doing a good job keeping threat on it from a distance as best as he could. I noticed that. It was still mostly
Yeah, I had
casting on
been
him.
taunted twice.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying is you were keeping on top of that, which is good, but... Most of the time it stood there, it was not casting, though. So we were getting interrupts on it for the most part.
Dude, whose pet am I missing? Because I only see 2.
There's 3.
Oh.
Gunderstank, Pie and whatever non-name. Ravager.
So, one thing I'll say though, issues aside, we were at 20% at 2 minutes. I think that's a really good pace. I think that's a good sign. I do think this is the system. It looked like almost no Shadow Bolt volleys got out too, so that worked well. All right. I'm gonna temporarily swap Jubber into the lock group.
3 Shadow of Volleys went off. That's it. That whole pool.
Yeah. Took 130.
Was that at the end?
Which is pretty good.
Was that at the end when it got messy?
I think it was the first one.
Oh, okay.
There was one at 1 minute, one at 1:30, and one at 2 minutes.
Oh, one each. That's not bad then.
All right, and we'll get better at that. It's a new thing, so. All right.
I mean, they're definitely dying within that silence window.
Yeah, and the Void Sentinel's going down.
Oh,
nice.
Bitter's dead.
Back out, back out.
Little too quick on the draw. You gotta wait for
Yeah.
to disappear.
Yeah, he's on the ledge
It's
again.
because you're up on the ledge. You can't go up there.
Yeah, yeah. Don't pull if there's anybody up on the ledge. Yeah.
Or just don't be on the ledge.
Don't be on the ledge.
Well, it's both.
Love some bitter.
That's hard. Like,
Yeah, it's tough. I know.
That ledge life, man.
Which is pretty fucking tempting up there.
Fat.
5,
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, you're good. You can grab her and get out at line of sight, guys.
I thought it already happened. I was like, what the heck?
This only works if we're line of sight.
It only works if we RP walk in.
Ugh.
Kidding.
Shuttle's got it.
You're only supposed to
missing a
in
buff.
flag.
Is it a good feeling or a bad feeling?
I mean, you're missing a pally buff.
No.
No, he's got 2 pally buffs.
I mean, from usual, because we're missing a pally.
Oh, Soulstone, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
You don't
use it for something.
You have wisdom. Do you get enough mana from the healing or no?
All right, Jubber Lust.
Now they say probably.
There she goes.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
We definitely did it. I need a misdirect.
She resisted. I'm gonna need help. Thank you.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
Might need another interrupt.
Feed and single target on X. Single target on X.
Darkness fading in 2.
Bombing.
Thanks for the help, Neem.
Second bot.
You're welcome.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
1.
Push.
150k.
Lucio.
Well, that's bad timing. Alright, get this Void Sentinel down now. All in the Void Sentinel.
Berserkers too.
Who's tanking?
Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. Do not Bloodlust. Hold your Bloodlust. This is too chaotic. Wipe this up.
I'm seeing like no stuns, no nothing on the ads. I need that.
We might have gotten hectic and forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Ludi's down there, we should call quickly to either V-res him or one of the tanks need to call the Entropist tanking duties.
I mean, really, we need all 3 tanks at that transition.
We need 3 tanks because what Ludi could have done with that Void Sentinel is grab it, but he was dead. Well, it all happens within
who's
3
tanking
seconds.
what, I guess?
I'm supposed to be tanking Entropius, okay?
Oh, I thought you were doing the Sentinels. Maybe I'm not paying attention, sorry.
Okay, here is the plan. Now, we can try and time it abso-fucking-lutely perfectly and push before a Void Sentinel comes out, but that is that's sticky, right? So the best thing to do, and we just didn't hit the timer. I was hoping Entropius would push before the next Sentinel came out, and it didn't happen. So I didn't call for this, but as it was happening, Ludi died. If the Sentinel's coming out because we missed it, the best thing we can do in that scenario is have Ludi tank it. I'll queue up for the Sentinels, and then Bitter can taunt the ads, or Ludi can tank it. You know, or Ludi can tank
last
it.
week we had Ludi tank and Entropius, right?
The only reason it might be better for me too is I'm wearing slightly chunkier armor or chunkier gear, but Entropius doesn't hit that hard. So,
right, and I think it's more common we got the Sentinels kind of spawning late, right? That's why we switched it last week, right?
Oh, yeah, but we shouldn't be transitioning right as a Void Sentinel comes out.
That's, I mean, they're like constantly coming out, right? I mean,
they're coming out reliably every 30 seconds, like a clock.
Yep.
So as soon as one comes out, we can push to MURU, right, before the next one comes out. The pace, though, was good. We can definitely shave a minute off this fight. We just got to get control right at the end there. So I'll pay better attention to things. Try to call for the push a little sooner, too.
We did have the 3-minute humanoids, too.
We got the 3-minute humanoids?
We got humanoids 3. That's the 3rd minute, right?
All right. So yeah, it was just a little late on the transition, and I should call the push a little sooner.
Just a thing too, because after the second darkness, a lot of people were sitting around still on the ads. I think isn't the play that we just move everything onto MURU?
Yes.
And just nuke them down. So I think there was quite a few seconds that people waited after darkness, and that might be our catch up right there.
Yeah, we got to get back as soon as possible.
So second darkness goes out and everybody switches to MURU.
Yeah, except for the melee. Obviously, we did lose.
Yeah.
Yes, not having melee in there.
I mean, we're always gonna have little kinks to work out, but our pace is way better than last week. Actually, ever. This is a very good start. Just got to get used to it. The other thing we didn't bring up, without Shiva, we'll want to make sure that we're keeping Wiz up on stuff. Not even just MURU, but even getting Wizzes up on ads might help DPS keep their mana up. So yeah,
tall order.
Put it up on downtime.
I know it's a tall order, so if it's not possible, it's not possible. I know you're trying to keep threat on everything and all that.
Salvius probably would have the easiest time doing that, but just on MURU, because like he's always going to be in range.
True.
And that's probably enough.
He's healing toe beans, but obviously the Void Sentinels aren't always being tanked, so in between Void Sentinels, great opportunity to drop it. Thank you. So at minimum, keeping it up on MURU is going to be huge for helping the mages keep their mana up because they're pumping on MURU a lot more now. All right, everyone's ready. I know it's still a little sticky, but I'm really encouraged by this. I mean, we're getting a lot more pump out of this, and everything's still dying. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, well, I don't say unfortunately, but shrinking the fight does lower the amount of mana I'm giving them. I only gave them about 12.5 in that 3-minute window.
Yeah, well, it's a price to pay, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Granted, 12.5k mana is 12.5k mana.
3, 2, 1.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out. Darkness fading in 2.
Make sure you're calling out the Arcane Bomb rotation. Who's got this one?
Mooch. Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Out.
1. Get out.
Make sure to use your stuns. Please.
Thunderclap as well.
I'll bomb this.
It's faded. Second pot. Darkness 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
All right, pump on MURU. Pump on MURU now. Oh, well, after the void spawns, sorry.
X.
Group 3. Heal effect intervene.
Transition.
Get rid of this void sentinel. Get rid of this void sentinel. Ludi's tanking.
We want to start getting door spots, yeah.
Yep. Get to your spots. Get these void spawns. Those are no void spawns. Hold lust. Hold lust. Lust. Keep yourself alive.
Move away from those things a little bit faster, guys. That
Watch
was
your feet.
Really close.
Please now.
Tobin's has it. Heal Tobin's. Keep pumping.
Spell in the bank.
Hellstones?
Black hole in melee. Fear it. Somebody fear it. Or kill it. It's almost dead.
Dark Fiend's still out.
Nobody
Yeah, I
did
think
this
we.
That was close.
Feels like we had it up until Ludi died. Did he get out of range?
Yeah, we immediately lost 2 DPS after Ludi died, so...
Ludi died to...
damage.
Definitely to damage.
Looks like he was getting healed, but it was very periodic and not very large.
So it looks like he kited out of range. So what do we want to do about that?
For one healer, he was getting heals. He just was getting very small heals. Like 1800 flash of light, 2400 lesser healing wave, regrowth, another flash of light, totaling for 2400. I mean, he's taking 5k hits. He's going to need more healing than that.
Okay. So I think otherwise this system works. Whoever is tanking the Blood Elves is just in a better position to grab Entropius. So let's just predictably, let's just plan on Ludi tanking so that there's no chaos there. It's not going to work to depend on me not having a Void Sentinel, and we're not able to get the Void Sentinel down in that little moment. One thing to be clear about, because I think I saw some movement early, during the animation to phase 2, you don't need to move. Keep pumping. Don't start getting your position until phase 2 starts, then move to your position, because those few seconds are your window to pump down the Void Sentinel. It should go down relatively fast if 18 DPS are pumping it down.
Is it okay to move during instacasts?
Oh, well, yeah, if you have instacast, that's fine, but I'm just saying if people are running and they're a cast-based DPS, they're not DPSing. So I think I saw some of that. People were trying to get to their position, so they weren't in a good spot for the Void Sentinel.
I forgot about the changed positions too, so I was heading to the wrong spot.
That's cool.
Yeah, can we repost that? I'm looking for it because I forgot my spot.
It's in raid.
It's in raid strategy. Crypt raid strategy.
Oh, okay. I was just in the wrong spot. Gotcha.
So my hope was with this spread, especially if the healers are standing right at the edge of that greenish looking circle in there, like not in the purple, but just outside the purple. If the healers are there while Ludi's kiting around the circle, he should never be out of range. So that should take care of that. And the DPS can stand behind the healers that are closest to the center.
So are the healers all standing in a group there?
No.
So you're not stacking, you're spreading out in those general regions. If you want me to do 25 assignments, I can do that, but I figure you guys want to spread.
My concern is if the black hole's heading into the healer group, probably going to have a lot of healers moving at the same time.
My philosophy was we have a healer in the Warlock group, we have 2 healers in the... Oh, we don't have 2 healers in the Mage group this week. That's a good point.
I'm watching the healer position right now, and I mean they're pretty spread, but we got some we had Jubber who is sitting against the wall. We got some people who are pretty far back. There's no one close to the inner ring, so maybe people want to just nudge it a little bit closer.
So one thing that you can do, I don't know if you are kiting him towards the wall and then going to kind of walk him around. If you take him in a consistent direction, regardless of where you kite him, if you always count him counterclockwise or always kite him clockwise, some of the healers can position themselves in your path so that you will always be kiting towards them and they will always be in range.
Yeah, so I threw a few smoke bombs in there, guys. Just behind those smoke bombs kind of areas where I was thinking you'd be standing for healers, because you want to be more in the middle of the room so that you are in range of everyone. Now, what we can do is say, hey, Leralds, can you stand more kind of by the Warlocks instead of in the healer group? That'll help spread out the healers a little better. Let's say Leralds and Salvius actually stand more towards the hallway where the Warlocks are, instead of with the healer group on phase 2. And make sure you're looking at that map to know what I'm talking about in raid strategy. All right, that was enough talking to get the bloodlusts ready. So.
Yeah,
I think we're at the... Huh?
Preemptively pop a Nightmare Seed a little bit into phase 2.
What do you guys think about weakness on Entropius?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if we have the debuff slot, Doom is a minute, so that's kind of long.
Does weakness stack with Demo Shout? Because if we have Demo Shout, yeah, so we have Demo Shout, then
okay.
Oh, that's not worth it.
Weakness is good for the Sentinels, though,
Sentinels,
because
yeah.
Warriors.
And we are using it this week on Sentinels.
Yeah, we got to get debuffs up on Entropius ASAP. Oh shit! Food buff. Ugh.
5, 4.
I don't know if you might make it. You just sit there and finish.
No, I'll just sit there for a second. Hallway mage needs help.
Thank you.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
Sorry, bomb.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
Got bomb for this.
Misdirect the Sentinel.
Darkness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out.
1.
All right, we got to push MURU here. Get this Void Sentinel down. Blast it, blast it, blast it.
Just blow them up.
Alright, positions. Lust.
Dark hole by the range move. Black hole, sorry.
Remember your debuffs on Entropius. Demon Slain.
Dark Fiend on Great.
Dark Fiend.
Thank you.
Behind melee.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Keep moving. Keep moving,
right
keep
towards
moving,
you.
Keep moving, keep moving.
It's
Careful the Dark
catching
Fiend.
Black hole and melee, move out. Bitter, it doesn't move with you once you're targeted with it.
Watch the ground for remnants. Heal, you're in one.
Cooldown. Defensive.
Use your health box.
Hellstone's everything.
140k.
Good fucking job.
Let's fucking go! Good job, guys.
World first, everyone
Well done.
in for the picture.
Black and Naru, fucking silver, whatever.
That was a way better strat. Fuck yeah.
Nice job, everybody. Thanks, Tobeans, for doing all that research, too.
Thanks, Tobeans.
Thanks, Toby.
Yeah, where's that meme now, bro?
Thanks, Two Beans.
You were supposed to like it. It was funny.
It was funny.
That's perfect. Now we're going to the NBA.
The little guy looked just like you.
Somebody said do it in an hour. We're on pace. Let's go kill KJ.
Oh, yeah.
Then we all log onto the beta because I heard everyone in the guild got in.
I didn't still. Is that helpful?
You know why we did well? This is a Xanax night for Ninja.
Yeah, there's nothing like Xanax and a
Yeah,
little
We got
bit of
spawns back here,
PBR.
guys. We got these void spawns.
It's
Good job.
wood spawn.
We rolling off half our MURU loot?
Yep.
Am I really the only person that rolled on that? No. Hemming, is it an upgrade for you?
You rolled
Barely.
one.
I had to figure it out.
Yeah, I was kind of gonna figure it out later too. It appears to be an upgrade for certain.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Hope it's okay.
One sec, guys. Rachel's car just got stolen. She's stranded in Milwaukee. I have to go get her.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Nah, dude, take care of life.
Holy shit.
Take care of the family, man.
Luckily, KJ is a 2-tank fight.
Yeah, can someone take the lead here? Find a fill
Figure
in.
it out, man. Drop group. Get out of here.
Bye.
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 I like that. Get the fuck out of here.
Bye-bye.
Let's get Sheba in here.
Ooh, we do have a Sheba.
Oh, yeah. We got a Spur Shiva.
Alright, let's see. Picking him.
Oh, Rachel. Oh, he's here.
I just got back from stealing Rachel's car.
Too soon? Nah.
Oh, mission accomplished.
So that's how you get into raid.
That was good timing. You really knew we were going to down him in about 45 minutes. Good call.
You got me all paranoid now. I keep looking out my window at my vehicles. So we've had a couple stolen in our neighborhood.
I wish somebody would steal my car.
I still haven't gotten my guns back from my friend when they tore my house apart.
We have a problem with people cutting out people's catalytic converters.
Oh, hell yeah. Same here.
Yeah, same here.
So I started backing my car up to my garage, and I got cameras outside the house, right? And I put and this is going to make me sound a little fucking psychotic, but I don't care. I am psychotic. But I have a permanent marker X on the inside of my garage door that if I stand at the chalk line that I made on the garage floor and shoot through that X, I'll hit whoever's laying underneath my car, cutting out my catalytic converter.
That's dedication.
You're gonna kill a guy for $200?
They caught some guys in my neighborhood a couple months ago. We're stealing them in broad daylight. They had 13 in the car when they caught them.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, or it doesn't take much, and they're doing it everywhere. People are actually going to big complexes where they have massive parking lots, like corporate buildings and shit, and stealing them en masse there.
Alright, let's just pull the trash while we're waiting for Shiva.
I don't like this trash.
I'll get the first pop.
Yeah, so in past attempts, Ludi's been on dragons, so we're gonna need someone who's not Ludi, since I think we're gonna have Bitter on the shadow ads and Ludi main tanking the boss on this.
The person who's tanking the shadow ads can do the dragon. They're never at the same time.
Alright, Bitter, are you comfortable with that?
Sorry, with what?
Are you comfortable with being an awesome dragon?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Dealing with
and being the sole responsible person for saving the entire raid from Armageddon.
Am I? Is it like the one that you have to drop the dome and then the haste buff and then the heals?
Yeah.
That one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
You want to do the breath before the dome though, because after the second dome, your dragon dies before you can breathe if you wait. So you got to do the breath. Then people need to stack quick, and if they don't stack, they don't get a buff.
It's a very critical role. It's definitely like go unplug the microwave type of role.
Yeah.
I don't have that. Get it? Not gonna lie, I didn't read up on it, but I can figure it out.
Figure it out.
I mean, it's, you know, you have 3 abilities you're using.
Yeah.
For the most part.
The important thing is the DPS are going to have to kill the shadow ads before the transition phase ends, because if he's not ready and we still have ads up, Ludi, it's not a bad idea if he does have ads up and the transition ends, just taunt him off. The only time that'll happen probably is if we have hunters or warriors, because melee can't help with those.
Do we not want 2 for the last phase? 2 dragon people?
You do want 2 dragon people.
You do want 2 dragon people. One's doing the breath, one's doing the bubble. We'll just have to pick somebody.
Yeah, because you're gonna run out of shields if you only do 1.
Well, I mean, you could technically do 1 at a time, but it's a lot faster and more rapid, so you won't be able to do breaths and the bubble every time.
Just having 2 people doing breaths is pretty useful.
Yeah, it's super good. So whoever are...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a DPS who's not responsible for doing a lot of raid buffs, so I think that's probably going to be one of us hunters.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Problem is hunters are also very high DPS, and we have a DPS check.
I guess my second choice would be Shaman if they can drop their totems and then do a dragon.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you have 25% to kill in the last phase before you run out of dragons. The problem is the darkness happens twice as fast as it does the rest of the fight, which is why they give you twice as many dragons, or 3 times as many dragons.
If you do Shaman, I would probably say Ninja, because twisting I think is more important in group 2.
Yeah.
Crazy as it sounds, your Holy Paladin might be a good switch too, because it's pretty much all AoE damage at that point. I just throwing it out there.
Alright, well,
I can do it too, and then you'll just miss out on their Crusader, or that's really not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Well, and seal up time.
Yeah. Well, seals aren't that important, or I don't want to say that important. They're not as important because, like Seal of Wisdom, everybody's getting the mana regen.
Oh, the dragons do a mana regen too?
Yeah, it's mana and health. It's 10-second duration, 10-second cooldown. And then the haste one is a 10-second cooldown, 30-second buff.
Alright, let's do that. So Shiva, why don't you be the second dragon in the last phase?
Dragon these nuts. Alright.
Oh, that's why you volunteered. That makes sense.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Got him.
All right, so just an overview. Oh god, how do you overview everything on this fight?
I would start with the first pull on the ads.
Yeah, so ad pull,
Make it
they
simple.
summon imps through portals. We've got to kill them pretty quick. We want to stun and silence. I think we should just go heavy on arcane bombs on these just to get through it.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, you do one arcane bomb, and then 5 seconds later, each mob has an assigned either paladin stun or warrior stun or something, and then you do another arcane bomb. You'll want to move them away from the first set of portals, though.
Can we double tank these? Or they hit too hard for that?
Yeah,
our
we
feral
double tanked them before.
Yeah, you can double tank them. Like we actually use a cat druid to tank one in our run. They don't hit that hard.
I was bombing first a couple weeks or a few weeks ago. If that wouldn't keep doing that.
You don't need to spread until phase 1 officially starts. After these 3 mobs.
I was just reading the instructions where it said something about assign every healer a number. I don't know if that was something we're still doing or we're just kind of winging it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna use the map and Crypt raid strategy.
Yeah, let's continue to use that.
We still good with 6 healers for this boss.
Should be.
Yeah, I mean, I think 7. There's trade-offs. I think 6 is viable.
So with that spread, it's not a terrible idea to have in that for the healer numbers, have your healer number 1 be between 3 and 4. I know that they're still stacked close and they can get hit, but it's not too bad. And then bring 6 over between 2 and 3. And the reason for that is, like I said, the mana one is only a 10-second duration, a 10-second cooldown. In between the big haste buffs where everyone stacks, whoever's controlling the dragon can just sit there and breathe on the healers repeatedly and give them endless mana. And then if one of them gets that little AoE thing, they can run out because they're only going to hit 3 people. It's not that big a deal.
And that keeps them in range of the melee, right?
It should, as long as the melee are tight up against the boss, yes.
Okay, so melee, if you die, it's because you weren't tight enough on the butt.
Yeah, I know the graphic shows like the melee spread out, but they're really kind of not. It's just to signify that.
It's just hard to do on those little graph images.
I have a question on the images. It's maybe really dumb, but the curtains in the top left and top right corner, are those the curtains that are right in front of us?
Okay, so this pillar right here where I'm jumping.
I'm just trying to figure out the map. Yeah.
No, I got you. So where I'm jumping right here, where everyone's positioned, like you see the tank where the toe is, he is exactly 180 degrees on the other side of the boss from where I'm standing.
In phase 2.
In phase 2. Everyone's going to be on the far side. The reason being is the shield orbs spawn at the mage on the right and the hunter on the left. That's where they spawn, and then they move across the raid. If we're all on this side, we'll have to wait for them to come all the way around before we can DPS them.
So the spread map is just matching the north-south of the mini-map.
Exactly, absolutely.
So the spread map is matching the north-south, but this phase 2 map's like flipped around, right? It's 180 degrees? Because the curtains and the steps are on...
That's an Entropis map.
Bottom.
You're looking at Entropis.
Oh.
I was like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I thought he was...
No, but so yeah, the stairs at the bottom of the KJ map are the stairs that are right in front of us, and we're on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically gonna stand in those spots the whole time, except when we need to come together for the 1,000 darkness deaths or whatever for the shield.
Yep. Stack spread. That's basically the repeating of the fight. And Armageddon. Don't stand where you're supposed to stand for Armageddon. Move out of that. I will also suggest, I'm assuming, Ludi, you're tanking?
Yeah.
When we get to phase 5, do not stand in that tank spot. Okay, so when we get to phase 5, that's when the Armageddons come down. Shift to the left or to the right. Doesn't matter which way. And the reason being is that spot is still the stack spot for the dragon and the darkness. So when the darkness comes down, we all go back there. And the reason you don't want to do that is if you bait Armageddon right there, we all die because everyone's going to run right into it.
Makes sense.
And I know that from personal experience as the tank on this fight. I may have wiped the raid doing that.
So he only casts Fire Bloom at the beginning of a phase, right? Or there's like a timing after Fire Bloom goes out, then we can stack.
So you Fire Bloom is the one where people pulse, right?
Yeah, debuff on.
It's the dot.
You're gonna stack at the beginning of the phase. The idea is you stack before that, you get the breaths, and then everyone spreads, and he should cast it following that.
I thought the Fire Bloom and the 100 Darkness Deaths are kind of like RNG, like he'll cast one or the other.
I've seen the Fire Blooms or whatever during the 1,000 Years thing, but the Fire Bloom people just stand in the back. Everybody stacks up.
Yeah, once you're in the bubble, it's a 95% damage reduction. It doesn't matter if you have Fire Bloom. Once the bubble's out, but the bubble has to be out early enough. So, like, you want to cast the bubble like a couple seconds before it finishes, but not too soon because it'll end faster.
So we can't really pre-gather for darkness. We have to wait till he starts casting it to know that's.
You can cheat, so you can start to move closer, but you don't want to, like, everyone stack up.
Doom ourselves to a Fire Bloom death.
Exactly. So, like, you can kind of get closer. Because Fire Bloom, if everyone's stacked and everyone gets hit, right? So there's another strategy where everyone stacks and the Fire Blooms run out, but everyone takes 9k damage instantly. If you
we tried that on our first poll. It wasn't viable. People couldn't react fast enough.
It's not viable unless you're, like, a super gamer, and I'm not a super gamer. But if it's only hitting like 3 to 5 people, it's really not that bad. It's totally healable. My healers in my Druids guild, they literally stack together right behind the tank and blast the shit out of each other with it. They don't care. And they do that so the dragon can sit there and heal and mana them, because the mana breath gives healing too.
Okay. So yeah, if you're a raid healing assignment, healers, watch out for Fire Bloom, because that's going to be a lot of damage coming out. Relative to other things, I think.
Yeah. One thing I will tell you, you have to be in the bubble well enough in advance, because if you run into the bubble and then darkness goes out, you're still going to die. It takes like a tick for it to apply the debuff, or apply the buff.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to do a quick rundown of the phases. It may be incomplete, so at the end, if there's questions or things that I skipped over, let's discuss them briefly, and then we'll do a few polls, and we'll make adjustments. Alright, so phase 1 is the 3 guys we see in front of us. As we run in, they have a pretty significant aggro range, right? So no one get ahead of the tanks. Expect them to aggro real soon, like as soon as you go through these doors. They have a Shadow Ball Volley. We're going to deal with that with Arcane Bombs and Stuns. When they hit 20%, they become immune to stuns, so it's important to just execute down as soon as they get low. We really want to focus fire in order. So just single target focus fire, Skull X square. I think we'll have Bitter on Skull, and then Ludi pick up X and square. And we'll keep them pretty close together. We won't need to worry about spreading them out because we'll be arcane bombing the Shadow Ball Volleys. And then Hunters will prio the Imp spawns just to keep them from overwhelming the raid. After these 3 are dead, we'll go into phase 2. So phase 2, the 2 big things we'll need to look out for are the Fire Bloom, as mentioned. That'll target up to 5 people at random. It deals a lot of, like 2k per tick to the debuff player and everyone within 10 yards. So if you look in Raid Strategy channel, there's a diagram for our spread pattern. It's going to be up on that picture is north on the minimap. So we're coming in from the bottom of that picture on these stairs here. So melee is going to be kind of on this side where we're standing now, to the left and right, but not directly behind. And then ranged DPS, we're going to spread out in an arc on the far side relative to where we are now. And then healers are going to stand inside that arc. And as Dottie mentioned, if you're healer 1 or 7, you will probably want to scoot in to be more towards the tank, in the tank position. Tank in this diagram is spelled TOW, but it's going to be Ludi. as we got to get in that position to avoid, to be able to mitigate damage from fire blooms, right? So you got to kind of keep your head on a swivel. If someone near you gets a fire bloom, or you notice that you just took 2k fire damage, right? You gotta move away from that person, and we got to make adjustments, right? Think Brutalis and watching out for the burns. And then at the beginning of the phase, and the beginning of each phase, he will summon shield orbs. So the shield orbs are bad. They'll do a significant amount of damage at the raid, but they are pretty easy to kill. So shield orbs are going to be Hunter Prio. As at the beginning of each phase, we got to seek and destroy on the shield orbs. So it's going to be, I believe, 1 on the first phase, 2 on the second, 3 on the third phase. Or basically each phase there's more shield orbs.
Yeah, 1 on the second, 2 on the third, and 3 on the fourth.
Yeah, so it gets more fun as the fight goes on. So hunters be able to really concentrate on that. Like, we can't forget the shield orbs at the beginning of the phase, and if we need some help on the later phases where there's more of them, depending on if we have losses as the fight goes on, we'll call out. So mages and warlocks, just keep an ear out for if we need assistance on shield orbs. So
and the name of them is Shield Orb?
It is.
For a macro? Okay.
Yeah, and it's way high up in the sky too. It's like way up in the ceiling.
They're really big, you'll see them.
All right, and the 85% phase 3 starts. So phase 3 is the first phase with, so basically as each phase progresses, he keeps all the abilities from the previous phases. So nothing gets easier, but he will add in abilities. So phase 3 introduces Shadow Spike. So it'll randomly target a raid member with a Shadow Spike. It literally looks like a spike, like a dark kind of stone-looking spike thing. And then it'll go towards where someone was standing. You can dodge it. So at the beginning of the phase, you got to dodge those Shadow Spikes. It's really high AoE damage when it hits too, and it has a Mortal Strike ability as well. So that's something to keep an eye out at the transition. And then starting in phase 3, he will also do Sinister Reflection, which is he creates dark copies of a random raid member, and I believe it's 4 copies.
Yes, 4.
Yeah, and so that'll be Bitter's tanking responsibility for this fight, is picking up the Sinister Reflections and tanking them down. We need to burn them fast.
Can I interject really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
So the Sinister Reflections, they will not activate for 5 seconds after they spawn unless someone hits them. So at 86%, stop any cleaves and let Bitter be the one that hits them so he can get aggro. Otherwise, they scatter to the 4 winds.
Yeah, excellent point. Yeah, so don't hit them unless they're being tanked, right? Don't be the person to activate the Sinister Reflections unless you're Bitter tied. Also do a Flame Dart Explosion. Not too significant, but it's one of the reasons we want to make sure we have dragon buffs out as well. So I believe because we don't have an orb empowered in phase 2, right? Phase 3 is the first orb empowerment.
Yes.
So what we're going to want is, as soon as we kill the Sinister Reflections, Bitter is going to pick up an orb and control the dragon.
Yeah, they don't activate immediately after.
Yeah, but
So you
it
might
does,
have
I
to
think,
wait
make
to-
timing on the reflections critical. Right? We can't have those go too long. So that's DPS's top priority. While Hunters are still going to be on orbs, and then every other DPS after Bitter starts tanking them, start killing Sinister Reflections. And then Phase 3 also introduces the Darkness of 1,000 Souls, which is like the signature ability of this fight, right? Kill Jaden will cover himself with his wings, cast for 8 seconds. We have those 8 seconds to collapse onto the tank in a group that can be shielded by the person controlling the dragon. If you're not in that shield, you will die. You'll take 50,000 shadow damage and die. So it's incredibly obvious when it happens, though, because he does a big animation where he's covered with his wings. But you have to be mentally prepared when that happens. You got to start running immediately. You got to get to the tank. And as mentioned before, if you have Fire Bloom during that collapse, you just try to stand far enough away that you're not hitting other people with Fire Bloom. like stand behind relative to kill Jaden. Stand behind the tank further, but you should still be with inside the dragon shield. The dragon shield should be large enough to cover you. All right, 55% new phase, which means new shield orbs, new shadow spikes, and new sinister reflections. Same priorities there. So he also does Armageddon in this phase, which is his one new ability for this phase. So I think we dodge this, right?
Yes. Can a warlock do Hellfire? Just one. Any warlock do Hellfire real quick. And then over here, everyone knows what Hellfire looks like.
The graphic is identical to Hellfire.
That is Armageddon. If that is near your feet, you need to get out. You got like 8 seconds to move.
For the record, Yersinia totally would have done it, but she's run off to the bathroom.
It's fine. I just wanted people to see it.
Okay, so, but anyways, phase 4, nothing too spectacular except you have the Armageddon. With an 8 seconds to dodge something of that size, you should be able to dodge that.
Am I getting first dragon?
Yes. Yeah, so you're going to get the first orb in phase 3, and you're going to get the orb in phase 4 as well. After we have to do Sinister Reflections again, and then he'll empower another orb after a while after the phase has started. It's not immediate, like Ludi said. So you'll go from Sinister Reflections to get the orb in phase 4 as well. And then phase 5 starts at 25%. And then he will do more Sinister Reflections, more orbs, but the big difference is that he's using Darkness of 1,000 Souls much more quickly. I've seen like every 20-25 seconds, something like that. So before it was like every 45 seconds. So we have 2 dragon orbs up, which means you have 2 people controlling dragons and alternating the dome to protect us from the Darkness of 1,000 Souls. And in terms of other raid-wide abilities, everything else stays the same. So that means we got to dodge the Shadow Spikes at the beginning, we got to kill the Shield Orbs, dodge the Armageddons when they come out, you got to watch for the Fire Bloom if you get hit with it, and then we got to keep up the buffs from the dragons as well to protect from the other abilities.
And the things would come on my pet bar, right?
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, so you should get a...
First I'm doing is... What should be my rotation?
So there's 4 abilities. There is a Blink, which has no cooldown. There is the Healing Breath, which is a Healing Mana Breath, which is a 10-second cooldown, 10-second duration. There's the Haste Breath, which is a 30-second duration, 10-second cooldown, and then the Shield. The Blink has no cooldown, so when you go get the dragon, you can literally just go blink, 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 and be right to the stack point really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to take you a time to look at it to figure it out. I've never personally done it. I've seen a video of it done, but I usually tank it, so I don't know which buttons they are. But those are the 4 abilities.
Yeah, it's worth noting Shield. The Shield ability is not a targeted ability; it's around you. So you want to position yourself and then hit Shield. And it only lasts for 5 seconds, so you gotta wait until he's like 2/3 done casting his darkness before you hit it.
Paladins should also be aware of anyone who doesn't get the haste buff. If they get the fire debuff, not the bloom, but the other one, it causes a 50% slow. The haste buff makes you immune to that, which in turn also makes you immune to the damage from it. So if you miss the haste buff and you're susceptible to that, when we need to stack for the shield, you may need to call for a freedom. Or you die.
Yeah, and Druid should be able to shift to remove it, right?
I think so. Possibly.
Okay, so that's all 5 phases.
Let's put in some attempts, I guess.
Yeah, I guess any quick questions or discussion points? I don't want this to drag on too long. I want us to get started in about 2 minutes here, but anything real quick before we do our first poll?
I forgot what happens in phase 1 already. Can you re-explain?
It's just this, like, killing the 3...
Yeah, it's these 2 guys. Yeah, these guys, and they're pretty low health. So
yeah, we kill the 3 Stooges.
They go down pretty quick.
That's phase 1. Oh yeah,
think I'm
healer
ready.
positioning. Yeah, let's get Lore is number 1, Tooch is number 2. Let's get Heal Effect is number 3, Herald is number 4, Salvius or Jumper number 6, Salvius 7. And I can write that. I can write that into the AA if we want.
I would
Can
assign.
Jumper have middle? Since I'm in the healer group, my totems might not reach if I'm at the end.
Okay, good point. I'll just put this in the AA real quick.
Is there a way to keybind the pet action bar so it doesn't like I want to put it on Q, but that's probably gonna mess with my.
I know my Pally Tank from my guild, he actually macroed his 1, 2, and 3 buttons on his normal action bar to also cast those abilities. But he said that it didn't work because it also like made him drop the dragon, so he had to do some other weird keybinds, and I'm not sure which one. You don't if you accidentally get out of the dragon, it's auto wipe, so don't do that.
So the abilities are all, if you go to like keybind, it's pet action 1 through 5.
Yeah, it's like control 1 or something like that.
But pet button 1, I think, is the blink. I think pet button 2 is the healing breath. 3 is the haste breath, and then 5 is the shield.
I would also suggest in phase 1, you assign 1 hunter that is solely responsible for imp popping. So the imps that pop out of the portal, they have like little to no health. If anyone stands near them when they die, they explode just like the other imps upstairs. A hunter can just pop them, and they kind of explode. I usually do it when I'm tanking this on my druid, just so I can start the fight with full rage. But since Ludi's tanking one of the ads, he's going to have rage.
All right, healers. Those position assignments look okay.
Can you swap Lore over closer to where the mages are, since I'm in their group? They can get the tokens.
Yes.
If they're still standing there and dotting.
Yeah, I can. I'll swap you with. Well, let's see. I'll swap you in Salvius.
Did you talk about Sinister Reflections, like the specifics of the classes?
No, but they are going to behave like the class they copy, right?
Kinda. So there's 2 that we have to worry about. If it's a warrior, no melee can help you. Like, it has to be all range to kill them, which sucks. If it's a hunter, no melee can help. It has to be all range, which sucks. Any other class, every DPS should be killing them. Just because the faster we kill them, the faster we get free damage on him during the transition. Transition doesn't end just because the Sinister Reflections die. But the hunters will do a root, an AoE root. So they'll root everyone, and then they'll get hit by one of those shadow spikes. So Bitter's going to need freedoms on that a lot, most likely. And if it's a warrior, they spam Whirlwind, which will devastate melee. So those are the only 2 we have to worry about. Priests amass the spell every now and again. If they do a renew. It's not even that big a deal.
I hear they copy the weapons that the person has, so which you might take those weapons off.
Yeah, shamans are actually the best class to get because they just auto attack.
Someone said they had like a rogue with like Shard of Aznov or something, and then the reflections had Shard, and then it spawned a bunch of elementals.
What? Oh, that's kind of cool.
So this
Yeah, it
is
sounds
good
like a fun
for-
way to wipe.
This is good for us to exercise some initiative. If you are a warrior or a hunter and you see yourself get imaged, call it out. Say, hunter imaged, melee stay away.
I'm actually curious if at 86%, if the warriors remove their weapons, if the reflections won't have weapons. Now that you mention that. That would be kind of funny.
I'll give it a shot.
I honestly, because there's 25 people and only 2 warriors, it's 2 in 25 chance.
You know, like in the 2 or 3 attempts we've had on him, it has been Mooch at least once.
But yeah, those are the only
this
two
twice.
that we're very, very concerned about is Hunters and Warriors. And unfortunately, because melee can't help, that really increases their length where they're alive. But if we can get a non-warrior or non-hunter class and everyone just bursts them down super fast, then we literally, like I said, we can get 3 to 5 seconds of free damage.
All right, yeah, I did say we were going to pull in a couple minutes, like 4 minutes ago. So
yeah, I want to mention one thing: the melee lusts should happen in phase 2 because they don't stack with the dragon breath.
Okay, so that would only apply to Hurricane.
Yes, not sure about hunters, but yes, probably.
You're talking phase
Are we just grouping them up?
Yeah.
Phase 2, which is basically the beginning of KJ. Like, after we kill these guys.
Yeah,
They
so
should
Cade, once KJ pops up and we're a little stable, go ahead and lust.
and you'll want all MDs into Ludi at the start of KJ, because he's going to need a lead.
Yeah, there's no threat reset, right?
Nope, no threat reset. And the nice thing is during the transition, unless you have to help Bitter for one reason or another, you can continue to build threat.
All right, Cugley, you here?
Sure am.
All right, everyone, check your oils, check your flasks, check your foods.
So for taking these ads, we're gonna do Bitter on X and Square, me and Skull.
Oh, Ludi, we're gonna have you double tank it, I think, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Or who's the better tank for double tanking? Would it be Bitter?
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
X and
Okay. Yeah, Bitter, you
Square.
take X and Square. Yeah, Ludi on Skull.
Just don't pull aggro. There's no reason to pull aggro on these. If somebody dies, we can run out and reset, by the way.
Yes, we can.
You don't have to waste a V-Red.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
Pop that in.
Did it just run out?
Yeah.
Run towards
You gotta run up the ramp, yeah. So I saw a stun happen at the very beginning.
Yeah, so the idea is we throw an arcane bomb basically immediately, and then you wait until that's over before we throw out the stuns.
Yeah, so I think we tarried a little bit on the initial bomb, and now we know it's just right away. The moment they're grouped up, first arcane bomb.
Are we running back or are we recovered?
We're running.
Okay.
Yeah, don't run back.
You can't go past like the first or second stair, or you aggro. So if anyone's further than that, they'll have to
run up, run out.
But we have a new teleport spot, so
yeah, it is a short run. So
it's very short. Best fight in the instance right here.
We gotta wait 2 seconds.
A repair bot by any chance?
Yeah, Mooch will drop one in a minute.
Thank you.
And so what killed us is the imp portal, so we need to...
someone hold totems.
We need to be pulling them...
I think we should just walk back. No.
Yeah, there's really no reason.
Yeah, if you're dead, Raz, run back.
We need to just be moving the mobs away from the portals, because the imps just explode and kill them like they did.
Yeah. So just so you guys are aware of how the silences and the stuns work. So the arcane bombs don't stop them from creating the portals. They do stop the Shadow Bolt volley. So that's why you want to wait till the portals spawn. Then your tanks immediately move them like 10 yards away. And then that's kind of usually when you stun them. Because the stuns do stop them from spawning another set of portals. And then after the stun wears off, your next arcane bomb stops the Shadow Bolt volley, and they might spawn another portal. So you just move them either back or further away.
A repair bot has been dropped in the ramp.
Thanks much.
Sweet. Ellie, do I have to worry about any sort of negation or trickiness at all?
I'll be honest, I tank this in my DPS gear.
Okay, yeah.
Because threat is a nightmare. The melee get to pump super hard at the beginning, and typically, as a tank, I don't get lust at the beginning. So I usually pop paste pots right away and do everything I can to build threat. Tons of MDs. Also, remember, I think it's 20%. He takes double holy damage, so your Ret Paladin's gonna be nasty.
Our Ret Paladin's gonna be on a drag.
Our Ret Paladin's probably gonna be dead.
I just realized, yeah, we're losing our holy damage buff. Whew, oh well.
Shiva's pretty nasty, though.
You nasty.
It might be a... Oh man, I can't think of who else would do it, though.
Let's just get to the phase.
Yeah, we gotta wait before they see that anyway.
Yeah, having the wrong person on second dragon phase 5 is a good problem to be running into at this point.
I'm also gonna switch out and cast holy spells, which
is it really worth it?
It's double damage.
I thought it was 25%.
Oh, I thought it was double. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I've heard 25%.
Oh, 25%. Eh, not bad.
Right.
I've heard both.
Looks like everyone's ready. All right, bomber. Or who's gonna get first bomb? Who is your cooldown up?
Yeah, I'll do it once they all get stacked.
All right, and then we're gonna have bitter drop stun on Skull if Skull's still up. Ludi on X. Who's gonna stun Square?
Shiva.
No, let's do
Shiva stun Square.
Ludi gets Skull. Bitter gets X.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I had those backwards. Yeah, Shiva still gets Square.
Mm-hmm. It's on the AA.
Oh shit.
5, 4, 3,
Works again.
1.
Bomb out.
Imps are out. Move. Hunter needs to pop those imps.
Bombing.
Where is that?
That's a white reset.
Should we be grouping them up like that?
The 3 main mobs, yes, because you want the portals to drop together so that you can pop them easy. We don't want the imps to move, so somebody needs to be arranged, needs to be on those, blowing them up. They don't have a lot of health.
How many range do you typically have? Do you assign a person, 2, 3?
Let's just get all hunters on them.
It's usually I usually just do it by myself. Like I literally swipe them as a bear, and they all explode.
Right, but they don't explode because you took all their health.
No, you just hit them basically. So it doesn't really, yeah. I'm just saying using a range because we don't have the spare tank.
Yeah, I think if you're ranged, though, you actually have to do 100% of their health and damage.
Yes. Otherwise, they'll just move. But they still, I think they only have like 6k hit points, maybe 8. It's not too bad.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, but if there's like 3 of them at once, then probably any more than 1 hunter.
It looked like there was a bit of indecision on where to kite the hands, fists of this.
Yeah, let's do opposite of the direction we went this time.
Yeah,
let's take them clockwise.
That also, yeah, because that caused the range to have to move into the portals. And that was my bad on the early poll. I the 1% chance to resist, and I got resisted because I usually mind soothe them so you guys can get into range.
The 1%
Yeah,
of the top 10%.
It's the stupidest mechanic they ever, did. You always can miss a spell.
Okay, so Ludi, we're gonna try to kill yours about where he's standing, which means Bitter, you're gonna have a lot of movement on that initial setup, and then as we move away from portals, we're gonna move clockwise.
Or do we want to
So
kill him on X and move him clockwise? Should be easier on the range to stay in range.
Do you want us AoEing and cleaving them, or do you want a pure single target?
If the only time you should AoE in this, I think, is if your AoE damage is like higher per target than your single target.
Okay.
That's a good way of putting it.
If I get resisted again, just run away. We can reset them a lot easier than running in and getting a weird pull.
Why are these guys even humanoid? It's weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Arcane bomb.
Portal out, move.
Bombing.
Lost one. I don't know if we want to burn a B-res.
Let's hold the B-res for next. Alright, remember the spread?
The expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed where Sargeras could not.
So, Ludi, if you look back at the curtains, remember the center pillars. You want to be opposite that center pillar, so you're a little far to the left.
Chucks down the shield orb.
Yep, shield orb's up. It was on mage side.
And the other side?
Yeah, everybody should hit it as soon as spawn. Range-wise.
Bloom on boom.
Another shield orb up.
Target you.
It's gonna transition at 85.
Remember, do not hit the shadows.
Stop cleaving. Better grab
I
those.
think we got rogue shadows. Heals on bitter.
Get these reflections down.
Careful of those shadow spikes.
Should we reposition to get them down?
Yes.
Andina, you must awaken. This world needs you.
And yeah, what you're doing, Bitter, keep backing up. Just like
Only the master
back up,
now.
drop a concentrate, back up, drop a concentrate, because the shadow spikes can come and get you.
This world shall fall.
Alright, bitter on Dragon Orb.
Be ready.
We should be stacking for breaths.
Yeah, start to cheat in.
No, I mean, we should have already been stacked.
Spread for bloom.
Woo! That's a spicy.
Hey, we saw phases, bro.
Yep. So yeah, as soon as the phase is or the transition's over, we should be stacked, and he should grab the thing, run over, breath, and then we immediately spread out. It needs to happen really fast.
Oh, for the haste, just for the haste breath. And...
Haste in the mana, yeah.
And we want to get spread back out before the fire bloom, right?
Exactly.
That's the idea? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a guaranteed window where he's not going to fire bloom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So like, we should be stacked so that he can grab the dragon, blink, breathe, and then we immediately scatter. He literally just let us know when you do your second breath, or just yell spread, and we all spread.
Got it.
How long do the breath buffs last?
The mana
for
one,
the haste, 10 for the restoration.
Yeah, exactly. And
Is there any way that lore can be swapped more towards the middle? Because I'm healing bitter, and if he runs to the opposite side, I have to run.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be. You really most times shouldn't be standing exactly where spot 7 is. You can scoot in more towards be between 4 and 6.
During the transition, you don't need to follow those stack points or those marks. There's no fire bloom during the transition. You just have to go back to it after the transition. Well, after we stack. Does that make sense? So when he's tanking those adds, everyone needs to go to wherever he's at and tank those. Not obviously don't stack on him, but be in range so you can DPS them. And bitter, you just have to kind of kite them so that you don't get all the melee hit by a shadow spike.
The fuck the shadow spike? Sorry, I'm retarded.
So when he's channeling during that transition, he periodically will turn and shoot a shadow spike. It travels through the air. You can dodge it. It does massive AoE damage and a 50% healing reduction.
Is it random?
Yes, 100%. But because you're in melee of the boss, you don't have time to dodge it if you're not already moving. So you kind of slow kite.
Got it.
But don't obviously kite away from the raid, kite across the front of him.
I request a repair bot, please.
Just missed one.
Yeah, I was sleeping during our 30-minute intermission.
Nice.
Posted a Wigor and raid discussion. Alerts you if there's a shield orb in range of you, so you can switch to it faster.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. I forgot about that one. But yeah, so in phase 2, the shield orbs are pretty much always going to spawn on the mage's side. So as soon as they pop up, just to blast them.
And if you're not assigned to a stun for the mobs in phase 1, go ahead and just throw one out after 10 seconds in.
Looks like a few people still missing some food buffs.
Ludi, timer when you're ready.
Can we get MDs out too initially?
5,
if
4,
possible?
Nope.
3, 2,
Need them for the boss, really. There's no reason to go
Pull him away.
hard on the
Portal out. full. All right, get in position.
That was night and day difference.
That was 2 bombs instead of 3.
Nice.
The expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed where Sargeras could not. I will lead this wretched world and secure my place as the true master of the
Orb out.
Burning Legion. The end has come.
Go ahead and roll misdirection, maybe, when you can.
Dragonlight shall help you vanquish the deceiver.
You orb out.
Stop, please. Stop, please. Adds to spawn.
Hunter. It's Hunter.
Hey, they're Shivas.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was more
melee.
Oh, they're
No
Shivas.
melee. Oh, okay, good. Then go kill him.
Another step towards destruction.
Back Novus.
Spell.
I serve only the master now.
Gather in 5 seconds.
Okay, he stopped channeling. He can stack now.
I'm running.
Do you have your... Oh, man. You might be screwed.
Hell yeah.
That's close. Do you have your rocket boots on, Bitter?
I can equip them.
Yeah, I would use them for this fight, for when it's the far one.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'll have them on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is good.
So that shield of the blue that Bitter used, that's the one that we want to be under when he does his wings.
No,
over
I
his
knew
face.
it. Just like it was so far, I had to like crawl to it.
So we want to stay stacked until that blue shield goes out?
No.
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 So the thing he's doing now, that's what the shield is for. Bitter just used it because we were wiping, and it doesn't matter. But it was nice to see what it looks like, so you know. So the first stack at the beginning of the phase is for the buff. Bitter will put 2 buffs on us, and then
and immediately we spread back out, right?
Yes, immediately spread
Once
back
we
out,
get those
and
buffs,
then
yeah.
and then some other time in the phase he will cover himself with wings and cast darkness of 1,000 days or whatever, and that's when we get that blue shield from Bitter.
First ability is Blink, the second ability is Haste, the third ability is Heal. The fourth ability is Shield.
So this is starting to feel a lot like a dance fight.
It is.
We kind of breathe. We move in, we move out. We watch the timers. We move in, we move out. It's a very pulsating kind of cadence of where we're positioned. So a lot of our learning is just going to be feeling out that rhythm of moving in, spreading out, moving in, spreading out. It's kind of cool.
So, just want to be clear, when I control the dragon, first thing I should do is blink. Possibly another blink.
Blink back to the party, yeah.
And then drop my haste buff. And then drop another haste buff.
No, haste and the healing. There's 2 different breaths.
Okay, because, they share cooldown. So, blink, haste, healing, and then when it's time, the shield.
And while we're after we spread back out, and you're not stacked, everyone has the haste buff, right? You can go to the healers, and if you can catch a few of them at one time in the healing breath, it gives them mana. So focus on them and give them the mana as much as you can. my friend's guild is having a lot of trouble. They killed MURU at the same time we did, so they're progging on Gauge 8 now too, and he's like, this fucking fight sucks!
Just like 50 different abilities you have to keep an eye out for.
Well, the problem is I guess their raid leader doesn't know the fight at all. And I said, yeah, these guys. I said, we have the advantage of we actually know the fight. We have people who've done the fight.
Oh man, what we do in the shadows?
Yeah, you have to watch that.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
It's really good.
See you next week when you still haven't fucking launched it.
Oh, this is episode 3, dum dum.
Don't call me dumb. I have an IQ of 85.
Special boy.
That's average in Missouri.
Whatever, you Sandusky looking boy.
I'm gonna hit ready, but I just need like 3 more seconds to finish my mana pool. Okay, I'm good.
Alright, food buff's looking good on everyone. Mooch, you need a few or what?
Alrighty.
Alright, cool. Ludi, pull when you're ready. Or timer when you're ready.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
Portal up.
Bomb.
You don't have to bomb the third one. It doesn't work at 20%.
Yeah, they become immune to stuns and bombs at 20%, so if we're killing them that quick.
Okay.
Do I have to go around that big whirly bird, or can I go through the boss? My question is stupid, sorry. It looks like burning is all.
And secure my place as the true master of the Burning Legion. The end has come. Let the unraveling of this world commence. You are not alone. Targeting. Dragon Punch. Vanquish the deceived.
Orb out. Transition soon.
Stop leaves. Answer out. What were they?
Where are they?
They're in the back. The warlocks.
Watch shadow spikes. Shadow spikes to the warlock.
Those guys aren't going to move, so everyone's going to have to go to them. Casters won't move.
I serve only the master now.
Okay, oh shit, he's still got reflections. So everyone needs to switch to those
It's a close orb. We're good. Group up.
Breathe, breathe.
Back up.
Right up.
Yeah, it's bad.
Kill orbs.
Yep, we're gonna have 2 orbs now, so make sure we kill them.
Yeah, they're both down.
Find shield.
Darkness. Group up on the tank.
Not if you have Bloom. Okay.
When?
Now.
Now.
Shield.
Yeah, breathe and...
Orbs up.
Okay, we didn't get the breath. Remember to breathe before you shield.
Got it. You warp out.
Find shield.
Group up again.
Shield.
Shield.
Orb on mage side.
Yeah, all the hunters are dead. I think it came all the way across.
Find shield.
And we're away. Well, no, don't stack if you got Fire Bloom.
Well, not that it matters.
Well, it's still good practice.
I have a question about stacking with Fire Bloom.
Same.
So when we're trying to get under the shield and you have Fire Bloom, where do you go?
So you want to stay 10 yards away back from the stack point, 10 to 12 yards back from the stack
What
point.
about other people with Fire Bloom?
Next to you.
You create an arc around where the shield, like should be stacking right on top of Ludi.
Right. But
And then
if you have Fire Bloom, you're trying to stay 10 yards away from other people.
Mhm.
What about other people with Fire Bloom?
They arc around you guys.
You arc around the back of the group.
Yeah, you would attack the orb from different trajectories. You would form a
Ultimately,
Okay,
once
I guess
the
my-
shield is up,
yeah,
it reduces
like-
your damage taken, so Fire Bloom doesn't really matter. But you kind of want to
We
pull
got
up into
in the shield, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
because-
you're in the shield, you're fine. And
Because I was trying to get there with Fire Bloom that first shield, and I couldn't get past the other people with Fire Bloom because they weren't in the shield yet.
here's the thing: as long as you're not hitting the entire raid, you can hit a couple of people.
Sure.
Yeah, it's okay to hit a couple of people. It's better for you to hit them once or twice until the shield goes out than it is for you to die from the darkness.
One thing I'd recommend, I don't know if you would agree, Dottie, but while I was dead and watching, the shield lasts a couple seconds. It looks like we used it pretty much right when the damage went out, so those with the Fire Bloom didn't even really get a chance to walk into the shield.
Yes, you want to use it. So, Bitter, you want to use it with about 3 to 4 seconds. I'd say 3 seconds left on the cast for darkness, which means you want to, like, people need to stack. As soon as you see the darkness, everybody should already started cheating, and everyone stacks. You breathe, and then by that point, you should be about ready to bubble.
Got it. Well, we can do a visual representation of how Fire Bloom people should stack before we go in a hole.
It's also true.
Don't touch what you
Fucking bitter tide.
Dude, we're getting that phase 1 and 2 down, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good so far.
And like you said earlier, this is 100% of a dance. 100% a dance. Once we get the dance down, this fight becomes literally the easiest boss in this entire instance.
As a hunter, I do need to remember to recall my pet into the shield too.
Yeah. Yes, actually, I should have mentioned that. My bad.
No, I mean, I should know I'm a hunter. I just watched him take like 50k damage.
Well, 25k, because he takes 50% reduction. It's still too much.
I'll be Ludi over here if people want to do like the arc around me.
Sure.
Just kind
Wait,
of.
who's still Jaden?
I'm facing Kill Jaden.
Looks like Ravengers killed Jaden.
So everybody would stack on you except for the couple of targets with Fire Bloom. They would be back here. And like where I'm standing, I'd be hitting Shiva, I'd be hitting Tooch, they'd be hitting me, but it's not enough damage to really kill them. Like, it's healable. And then as soon as the shield comes out, you step in.
So if Cugley, Dottie, and Dahmer had it, they would be standing in that arc, and then they would just
spread out
run
more.
in right whenever it comes in. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If the dragon is right here, right, we don't have to move. The bubble's going to hit us.
Yeah, so Bitter, if you're the dragon, you want to be behind the stack facing Kill Jaden.
Mm-hmm. So like if where I'm at, Bitter, if that's the stack point in front of me, you would be right here. You would breathe, 3 seconds left, bubble, and then that gives anybody who's outside of the bubble time to take that one extra step. So you kind of be like right here.
Got it.
The Geordie video shows this off pretty well, I think. So That'll be something that I would encourage other people to review too.
So the healing stack is slightly to the left of the stacking point. That's where I should focus my breaths.
Yes. Now, do you have raid frames up for the whole raid?
Yeah.
If you see people with the fire dart, is that what it's called? I can never remember that ability.
Flame dart, I think.
Flame dart. If you see anyone with the flame dart debuff, you should go give them a haste buff, because that means they have the 50% slow. And then if you don't get a haste buff and you have flame dart, you need to call for a freedom if you're not going to make it to the stack point in time.
Okay.
But because you got time between the cooldowns of the breath to, breathe on the healers and then run and find somebody.
Yep.
You are the linchpin.
Gives mana?
I don't remember. It's the healing one. The healing and mana.
Oh, okay.
And no pressure, but you're literally the linchpin of this fight.
He's a tank, he's used to that.
Fair. Tanks are always the linchpins.
Alright, I got everyone. Louis, timer on you.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
Pull up.
And yes, whoever asked earlier, you get bopped out if you run through the fire too deep. But you can
Just
skirt
saw
the
it.
edge. Yeah.
No, it tossed me where I wanted to go, so that works.
Hey, it worked.
Really, it just does not like me.
I literally yelled, why does he hit me every time?
Leralds and looks like Lore, you guys can like scoot forward too if you need to. You got lots of room there.
Orbs up.
And yeah, better be like pan your camera real far back because you got to be ready to pick up those ads. Stop cleaves.
Mage side orb.
Good job on the orbs, by the way. Ads left to the boss. Ads left to the boss.
On Boone.
Where are the rest of them?
At the boss.
Running around killing people.
Yep, somebody popped them, I think.
Another step towards destruction.
I serve only the master now.
Are we resetting?
Yeah, I just
Ludi's dead.
I will channel my powers into the orbs. Be ready.
I blame Boone for that one.
Yeah, that hurt me.
I saw Boone running around killing people. That was pretty bad of him.
My shadow ninjutsu.
I sappered and I still couldn't get threat on him.
Those shadow boons.
Run!
I almost got away.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna run now. Oh.
It's once the fight starts, it's actually hard to reset him because like he just does a lot of AoE damage.
Well, and Boone hits me for 10k. Sweet.
Laura, I got you, Rez. Don't zone in. Oh, somebody else got you. I'll get Nina.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's
Getting them
very,
reps.
very important not to hit those shadow reflections until Bitter does.
Has he zapped me every time?
Yeah, the first person.
Seems like every one, right?
Every single one, yeah.
Okay.
Mind play.
Just making sure. Feels like it.
Well,
So
at first I was like, oh, that's what's she getting hit with? And then it kept happening. I'm like, what's Nina doing? Why are you so bad?
I'm wondering if it's maybe because I'm high up on the aggro because I'm popping my cooldowns in the beginning. Or he just hates me. It's one or the other.
Yeah, toss up.
That's just the very first mind play that goes out has always been on you. I'm not sure if I can get aggro before he puts the first one out.
It's all good. Maybe I'll just ice block next time. I did one time, but yeah. No worries.
Yeah, Ludi, saw you picked up a couple shadow reflections there. That was good. You have the opportunity to assist with that, but that's going to be totally random where they spawn.
Until I tried to run away from the shadow spike and got dazed.
Yeah.
And ate 2 of them in a row.
You don't have to stay on gauge A2. Like, if ever all the DPSs are switching to the ads, threat stays
Yeah, I just need
static.
aggro, right? He'll do it wherever I am.
Yeah, because all he does is cast. He very rarely melees.
Take a look at your flasks and oils. See a couple people with flasks. Less than 5 minutes left.
And I'm not sure if, like, how threat's looking. I don't know if you're getting all the MPs, Ludi, but if you don't need them, we could use them at different points.
Every time it's looked like I was pretty far ahead by the time things were really settled.
Okay.
Do they always have the same name?
Sinister Reflections, yes.
Maybe a hunter could write a macro /cast misdirect /class /target whatever and then multi-shot.
They'd only hit 3 of them. But do you have threat plates?
I'm
you
here.
have 40-yard range on them?
I played her.
Yeah, any of those add-ons. You have it expanded out like 40 yards so you can see them?
I do not know how to do that. Probably do. Is it like one-line macro?
No, it's in your Blizzard settings, your WoW settings to expand the range.
Yeah, give me a second to find that because that'll help you find them really, really quickly.
It's just in interface.
Yeah, interface names and then nameplate distance. Expand that all the way slider out to 41 yards.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Okay.
All good.
And yeah, and if you get Sinister Reflections, I'll try to call, like, if they're on melee, just try to call like back left, back right. And then we can, if we're in the front, try to call it out where they're at.
Shiva.
Oh, Shiva's
I'm here. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I'm out. I think I missed the square.
Hold up. I'm just gonna stun square. Second portal.
Watch out, move away from the portal.
expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed where Sargeras could not. I will lead this wretched world and secure my place as the true master of the Burning Legion. The end has come. Let the unraveling of this world commence.
You are not alone. The blue dragonflight shall help you vanquish the deceiver.
Another step towards destruction.
Orb on mage side.
Stop, cleave.
Back right.
Back. Yeah, warlock. They're not going to move.
Yep, they're all the way on the other side of the room.
Another step towards destruction.
Anvina, you must awaken. This world needs you.
I serve only the Master now.
I will not be denied. And this world shall fall.
Yeah, that's a lie. A lot of people are getting killed by shadow spikes.
Yep.
Yeah, the shadow spikes aren't very sporting.
Like, I even rocket booted fucking.
Especially in the Rose group to kill the Sinister Reflections.
It looked like you went the other way around the boss, too. Like opposite of where they were. I think you were the triangle, right?
What's going on here? What are these? What is this?
I think we should have an image of every single person where to stand. I think I'm standing. I shouldn't be behind the boss. I think that's just stupid.
You should be where Ludi's at. That's the central point.
Which on the map says toe.
Yeah, toe.
Oh.
Somewhere, either on top of him or to the left or the right if one of you gets Fire Bloom or something. But that way, if it's any other range that gets it, you just turn around, Avenger Shield, whatever. If it's the melee, you can target through them, Avenger Shield. Either way, you can get, to them quickly.
Yeah, see, that's my fault. I was behind the boss.
Ah.
And he can't parry. I don't think he can parry or dodge while he's casting, so there's little downside for even melee standing in front of him.
Dottie, does your guild, does everybody kind of spread out away from the shadow reflections to avoid the spikes?
So all the range kind of get within range of them, but for example, those shadow reflections were on the right. I guess if you're facing the boss as a range DPS, they were on the right hand side. If they were a melee class, the tank would actually kite them across the front of the boss. You know what I mean? So everyone would just kind of be able to DPS them as they go by. But honestly, the shadow spikes, they're not going to one-shot you. It's the other damage, if you take damage, that will kill you and finish you off. So some of our people just get hit by them. I get hit by them all the time. But I'm bad. I'm also in melee. Melee distance is very hard to dodge them.
Yeah, ranged, it's easy to dodge them if you're looking for them.
Yeah.
But you gotta be paying a lot of attention to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. And the further back the range DPS are, the harder it is to see them, believe it or not, because your camera gets scrunched up in your face because of the back wall.
And they are targeting people, right? So clumps of people, like the melee on the reflections, have to be extra careful.
And that's why, like, if there's reflections, like if it's a melee class, you can kind of kite them and drag them. If it's a static class, like a warlock or something, yeah, you just kind of want to make sure you're always looking at the boss. He'll turn in the direction, roughly the direction he's going to shoot a shadow spike.
Rudy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
Really good on these fucking early heads up.
The expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed where Sargeras could not. I will leave this wretched world and secure my place as the true master of the Burning Legion.
Mage side orb.
Let the unraveling of this world commence.
You are not alone. The blue dragonflight shall help you vanquish the deceiver.
Thank you. I'm at my max range. I can't get
Yeah,
any
I
further
got you.
away. Oh, get it again.
Stop, please.
Right in the middle, behind Ludi.
Oh, that's good. Shaman too, so they're easy to kill.
I serve only the master now.
New spike in one. There it goes. Okay, transition's over. We should stack. We're stacked tight so you get the breath. One breath. 2 breaths. Spread.
Find shield.
Stack up.
Breathe, breathe, and then bubble. Bubble now.
Shield.
What count do we wait before we spread out again? Just as soon as his thing goes out?
Goes out, we run.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's why we have to stack so fast, because he needs time to breathe on us and get the bubble out before it ends.
First timer in 5.
They start cheating if you don't have bloom.
Find shield.
Breathe, breathe, bubble.
Shield.
He's gonna change phase at 55, I think.
Yep, 55 is the next phase. We'll just watch out for Armageddons.
There'll be another Sinister Reflection set for Bitter.
Target you.
Or on mage side.
Another step towards destruction.
Fuck, those are brutal.
Okay, there's transition.
Watch
To
cleave.
the right, to the right.
Range by warlocks. Oh, it's bitter tide.
Now go kill those things quick.
I have bloom, so I'm staying on the boss.
Oh no, self.
You must become what you were always meant to be. The time is now, Anvina.
But I'm lost. I cannot find my way back.
We need those dead like yesterday. Oh, we don't have blood. Yes, that's why. So at this point is when we would pop all the lusts. Well, the ranged lusts.
55%. It's good.
It's the back left orb.
Armageddon on Lerald's.
Yep, that's what Armageddon looks like. Move, Lerald's, run! Bye, Lerald's. Like I said, you got about 6 to 8 seconds.
Woof.
It's good. We're getting the hang of it.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we'll probably need a repair bot down after this. There's a couple people low before we pulled that. So.
But yeah, so the 55% transition, that's the biggest chunk. It's 55 down to 25. That's why we lost the casters and the range DPS there.
And that's right after you kill those images?
Yes. Ideally, so the images are taking a very long time to die. We need those dead before he finishes his transition channel, ideally, because that's free damage. So I'm not sure if, well, I know that particular point we lost a lot of DPS, but even the first set. So I'm not sure if everyone's switching to them or not.
Should we be using our 2 minutes on that first set then?
No.
Like using drums?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. We could try it.
They do go down if we all focus them. We just gotta actually all focus them, which is a two-part process, right? It's holding, identifying that Bitter Tide has grabbed aggro on them all, and then unleashing.
Yeah. Isn't that 3?
Did I stop it?
Get him.
Alright, we're gonna get a repair bot out. We're gonna take like a 3-minute break here.
Yeah. And I know, I think it was, I don't know which mage it was. You both look alike to me. One of you guys was blizzarding.
Repair bot by the door.
Curry doesn't do anything except damage because I can't be trusted, so that was probably Nina.
Okay. Because I would say you could probably get kind of close to them in Arcane Explosion and help burn them down, but I don't know how your guys' mana feels.
I'm usually doing Blizzard because I'm like, oh shit, they need damage on them and I'm very far away. And I can put my Blizzard very far from me.
Yeah. I mean, remember, you can always blink over there and then blink back.
Good.
Yeah, you guys can inch up and get in range to hit them during that time. Obviously, still spread if fire blooms out, so you don't spread it. But
yeah, I'm just trying to figure out any way we can eke out extra damage. I'm completely and utterly fucking useless on those things because, like, okay, let me multi-dot them, and then they fucking die before I actually finish casting all the dots. And it's typically better to just keep pumping on the boss for me for mana, but I can switch to them if you guys want. But we're getting there. Let's practice.
We made it to phase 4. Only one phase left, guys.
Phase 5 is just the Phase 2 of Phase 4. This is my favorite train song.
Is this not France Ferdinand?
I thought this was Elton John.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, break time's over. It's kill time now.
If you are asleep, make sure to repair.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. If you're sleeping during important times, there's a repair bot.
Hey guys, don't forget to repair with the repair bot.
If your name's Alan too, don't forget to repair it.
If your name's Mr. Allen. Yeah, they pay for themselves. If they have 2 agility scrolls, you make like 10 gold.
I thought his name is Alistar now.
More like Whiner the Pooh is what I call him.
Alright, let's see who is here since the last ready check.
No, I hit ready, but apparently it didn't take.
Okay, so we're just waiting on Curry.
Yeah. This fight looks a lot different when you're standing at the back of the room than if you are right up in the boss's face.
When all you can see is demon crotch.
Well, no, because I got
Can't
my
even see
camera.
that.
I got my camera panned back and as the tank, and I'm looking kind of straight down, so I can literally see everybody. It's great as the tank. Makes calling shit out really easy.
Honestly,
Alright.
a lot of mechanics doesn't seem that hard.
No,
We're
they're
all here.
really not. Like, we've seen all of the mechanics in this fight.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that Soothe helping you guys at all, or do you not really care?
Bomb out.
It seems to be helping.
Damn, that was terrible.
Whew, yeah, that was rough.
The expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed as Algaris could not. I will lead this wretched world and secure my place as the true master of the Burning Legion. The end has come. unraveling of this world commence.
You are not alone. The blue dragonfly shall help you vanquish the deceiver.
Target you.
Slow speeding. Get Lerald's up.
Yeah.
As right up front, right behind the bot, or behind the tank.
So many jumpers. And they killed me.
Reset.
Reset.
Anvina, you must awaken. This world needs you.
I serve only the Master now.
So it looks like Laura and Lerald's were sharing some fire bloom there at the beginning.
Is there like DBM countdown for that?
For which?
It's
Sinister
percentage based
Reflection?
on itself.
It's percentage based. So when he hits 85%, 85, 55, and 25, that's gonna be Sinister Reflections every time.
I probably should have just stopped healing. I heard the shaman's auto attack, and it's not a big deal, but each hit was about 3k on me.
Yeah. Did somebody activate them before Bitter hit them?
Looked like two of them ran loose early.
Okay, so
I might have accidentally tab targeted hit it when I was going from the orb to the trying to go to the boss.
Gotcha. It happens.
Yeah, there's one element of this fight that would be made a little bit easier with the third tank to kind of help clean up some of those pickups. But you've been doing a good job as long as our DPS doesn't screw it up for you.
Yeah. The thing is, like with two druids and a pally, you can always have one druid in cat form DPSing, and then they can switch and help. In DPS gear, though, you can't really tank more than one reflection.
What if Toby's has caught those car thieves yet?
I don't know. That sucks, though. Like, I would be so pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd be pissed, but at the same time, I'd be like, yay, you took my car.
Get me on the car.
Is it his new car too?
Oh God, I hope it was Rachel's car, and I hope it wasn't a nice car.
I assume the person that he was talking about was his wife.
Yeah.
Rough. Should all chip in, get him a club.
Start a Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really see those clubs anymore, huh?
If I lived in a place where actual car theft was big, I'd have one.
Southeast Portland, it's cheaper to leave your door unlocked and have a club.
Let's just get him a gift card to Sabaros and pull.
And then I didn't hear you. Did you guys say that you wanted me to keep mind soothing so you can get in closer, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, my other guild is fucking asking hunters to non-stop explosive trap on MURU. I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, why not? If they're all coalescing in one spot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
We're low.
Also, good job on the Imps Hunters. They're getting popped really quick, which is nice.
The expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed what Sargeras could not. I will lead this wretched world and secure my place as the true master of the Burning Legion. The end has come. Let the unraveling of this world.
Hey Shiva, stop killing our pets.
Yeah, Shiva, what are you doing?
You freaking jerk.
Target you.
Seems unavoidable.
Okay, now I've got Fire Blue. Shiva, can you give me a hug?
Take it better.
Stop cleave.
Left side of the boss, trees. Those are easy.
You say it. Oh shit! I fucked up.
The arc's worse than the bite.
Looks like he's got them. All right, everybody, burn those fuckers down, and then we can get back on game.
I serve only the master now.
Okay, another spike's coming in 1 second. Oh, okay, stack up. It's gonna be tight. Spread.
Target you.
Alright, I'm saving 2-minute cooldowns of pots for the next phase. It's just me. I'll do that. Stack. Bubble.
I think we missed it.
Bro, you gotta fucking call it. I'm just bad. I don't know what else to say.
You have DBM, right?
When you're controlling the dragon, are you getting the DBM
I
bar?
do, but it's fucking control 1 and then it hurts my hand so much.
Can you set focus
Huh?
on Kill Jaden? Maybe you can see the countdown.
I was like getting my breaths out and I fucking was like a second late.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big. It's probably a pretty stressful responsibility. The repetition that you need on the dragon is going to be similar, if not greater, than the repetition we need as, players. So
Yeah, and honestly, don't feel
if that
bad.
keeps happening a couple times, so be it, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, that was the first time you've done that. Big deal. Shit happens.
You can switch the control to shift if that's easier. If like the control 1 is like a big leap for your fingers, you can switch it to shift.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Cause like I have to press control with the base of my pinky. Fucking sharp.
Yeah, I didn't call that one either because I got the slow right as I was running back because my haste buff faded too early, I guess, and so I was panic bubbling myself trying to get back to the group.
No, I got this now. I'll mess up.
I hit Control 9 all the time. It's button number 3 on my mouse.
Just have both hands on the keyboard and you can hit Control 9 pretty easy.
Yeah, don't even sweat that one, Bitter. I mean, it shit happens, man. We do. I think we need to cheat more though when the darkness is coming, because the idea is if we can be pretty much stacked at the first like second or two, he can breathe right away, and then gives him plenty of time to cast the bubble instead of trying to rush through the breaths. And if you have to choose between the breath and the bubble, choose the bubble.
Yeah, no, I think it's the right call there. We're not quite giving him enough time because we have a countdown on the timer for darkness. We know pretty well when it's going to happen.
Yeah, he's not able to start breathing, I've noticed, pretty consistently until we have like 5 seconds left, and then he's casting the first breath, then the second breath is at 3 seconds, and then he's getting the bubble off at like 1. And we really want the bubble to go off at like 3 seconds remaining. And that's the thing, like, if people aren't stacked in time, Bitter, fuck them. You know? Breathe anyway and get the majority of the people.
Got it.
And the flame darts are on a somewhat consistent timer, right?
Ish, yes.
But we're never really going to be pushing against a flame dart timer to get to the...
It's every 3 seconds, I think. It's just the haste buff protects us from it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you have the haste buff, you're immune to it. That's why it's imperative people stack in time so everyone can get the haste buff. And if somebody doesn't get the haste buff after we spread back out, Bitter can run over and get them later.
Oh, I meant the when the flame dart goes out, so we don't have
dart?
to worry about being stacked when they go out.
You mean flame dart or fire bloom?
Flame dart, because it does AoE damage, doesn't it?
Unless we have the haste buff. If we have the haste buff, it doesn't do shit.
Ah, I thought it still did the damage, just didn't slow.
No, because because you're immune to slows with the haste buff, it never applies the debuff, which is what happens when you get the damage. So you never get the damage.
Cool.
At least that's my understanding of how it works. I mean, there is a flame dart that happens relatively quickly after we're stacking, but as long as we're stacking in time after the transitions, then it shouldn't be a problem. That was pretty funny. Stop killing our hunter pets.
There's nowhere else to stand.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
Four,
The expendable have so be it. Now I shall succeed where Sargeras could not. I will leave this wretched world and secure my place as the true master of the Burning Legion.
Corva.
The end has come. Let the unraveling of this world commence.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You are not alone. Blue Dragonflight shall help you vanquish the Deceiver.
Oh, I really hate you right now.
I'm gonna have fire bloom.
It should fade before the ads are out. And if you gotta run through people, you run through people.
Stop, please.
Alright, so yeah.
In the
Ads
back.
are in the back.
Hunters. It's Ninja.
Okay, so no melee. Means range, gotta push hard on these guys.
I'm rooted.
Yeah, freedom yourself. You're gonna pretty much need freedoms nonstop.
Watch spikes.
Ravina, you must awaken. This world needs you.
I serve only the master now.
Okay, stack up.
Or close to us.
Think up.
Spread.
Yeah. I guess it does do a little damage, but you don't get the debuff application.
Darkness in 5. Start stacking.
Start cheating, yeah. There we go. Now we cheat.
Find shield.
If you got firearms, don't cheat too far.
Shield.
Okay, a couple people got the slow debuff, so they didn't get in time because of the slow. So if you have the slow debuff, be careful of the next stack. You're gonna have to cheat a little earlier.
Darkness in 5.
3, 2, 1.
RP walking.
Where are those orbs?
Yep, still kill the shadow shield orbs. They're up.
Shield.
Oh, it dampens the magic when you're inside the shield.
Yes, it does. You do less damage, but you still gotta get on them.
Target you.
Stop bleed almost at 55.
Yep.
New reflections in the back.
Yep.
Warriors.
Melee, do not touch.
Okay, ranged again. I would say range DPS pop your 2 minutes on these. They gotta go down.
Another step towards destruction.
But I'm lost. I cannot find my way back.
Do we have a B-res for heal effect? There we go. Okay, we should be stacking up. You gotta get in quick though, we got a flame dart coming. You gotta get the breath off in 3 seconds.
Spread.
Okay. Pop cooldown. And we should be lusting ranged, right?
Stacking spot has changed. Still got
Yep.
a star.
It'll be gone. It's gone. You can go back to it.
Darkness. Group up.
Stack up.
Find shield.
Okay, breathe, breathe, and bubble.
Shield.
Nova skill
Kill those
you.
Kills the orb.
Innervate heal.
Down.
Got Jumper here in Armageddon.
Slow.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Any healer really need mana? Open spot in our group.
Darkness.
Find shield.
Kill orbs. Group up.
Oh shit, it's on the Armageddon.
Shield.
Bubble.
It's a lot of Armageddon.
Yeah.
Another step towards destruction.
8% shy though. We were gonna make that. So good job.
So just do those Armageddons all in a row.
He kind of did. Now remember, the bubble is a 95% damage reduction, so we can survive it, but we will need some heals through that.
I have a question for the flame dart debuff. I'm not sure what kind of debuff. Is it like a flare thing?
It looks like a flare, yes.
So what's the one with the Thames pack frame glow? What's that?
That is the fire bloom.
Okay.
Yeah, that one you can't do anything about. The flare one, you can clear it with a haste buff.
Got it. I'll do it more, because I kept getting confused with the Thames glow pack and then the one with the flare debuff.
All good.
Hey guys, that was a really solid attempt. You know, I think, what was that, 34%? So a new record for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's feeling better each time. Like I'm a little bit more confident where I got to be standing and how I'm going to get there and the timing I'm running in.
So, you guys can either laugh or agree with my wife. So my wife just was coming in the office. She's sitting there playing the game, and she looks at me while we were running back, and she says, "So, when did you become the raid leader?" I'm like, "Thanks, hon. Way to just tell me to shut the fuck up."
When you became the only person who's actually killed him before with us.
I know.
And when Shiva stole Rachel's car.
She said that shit, and she got up and walked out. Like, thanks for the guilt trip.
No, we appreciate your input. Like, really, it's super valuable having someone who's actually seen this fight end to end before.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to take the raid leader hat off, and I'm really trying.
I'll say, as a people leader in my day-to-day job, that it's the people that report to you have skills and value, and if you don't ask them to step up and provide the guidance that a particular job might need, then you're not utilizing their full potential.
100%.
A people leader doesn't need to have the answers. They shouldn't. What they need to do is they need to be able to encourage them to step up. So what I'm saying is we'd be idiots if we didn't ask you to share your expertise.
Yep, I agree with you.
I appreciate it.
Let's get ready fast. I think we got 2 pulls in us here, but we're only gonna need 1.
I just thought it was funny because my wife just said, "Get fucked."
I like her. I like her already.
Oh, she's spicy. She's a redhead.
Same.
Alright, Bitter, just let us know when you're ready. I assume that's going to be when your blue rage bar is full.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bomb out.
Portal up.
Yeah, watch out for that second portal there.
Lobus.
Oh, another portal. Said, watch out for that imp.
4.
Just crawling up out of this puddle.
I've had mornings like that.
Oh. Diaper time.
Secure my place as the true master of the burning
Or mage side.
Let the unraveling of this world commence.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You are not alone. Moon Dragonflight will help you vanquish the deceiver.
Stop, Cleve.
There are druids.
Oh, they can moonfire in bear form.
It's a neat trick.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're pretty simple.
What about skeleton form?
Save your mana with the spell.
Lowest can you get?
Oh shit! Shit! Daddy's down. He's stacking up. Back left orb.
Throw a B-res for Dottie in the stack, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till after the flame dart. Never mind.
Darkness.
Yeah, be cheating in. Get in. Okay, step in.
Shield.
Flame.
Good job, Firebloom people. That was a great formation.
That was perfect.
Orbeez up.
Yeah, we're down a lot of DPS. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
But let's just keep the rhythm going, keep practicing.
Yo, add spawn back on the ramp.
Alright, yeah, I think it's good to clean it up and we'll go one more time.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping we would kill it tonight. It's kind of, you know, like, this guy takes some, you know, some attempts, but I was really hoping we just come in and just shit on him so we can go, yeah, Toe, we don't need you.
I just have a general question. Do the people with the debuff get marked with symbols on their head?
I think
The flame one, yes.
The fire bloom gets
right.
marked.
Oh, what about the
other one does
one
not.
that-
Nope.
Yeah, there's like four or five fire blooms alone, so we would run out of symbols.
Yeah, unfortunately. Ideally, if everyone stacks in time, and you can get it. Now, the breath has like a 10-yard range. You don't have to be like right on top of people. You can be back a little bit. But yeah, ideally everyone gets the breath, and then they don't have to worry about the other one. If you get the slow, the flame dart slow.
All right, guys, hold up real quick. I think we are facing a consequence of our efficiency on MURU. The trash has respawned.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. We have made some awesome progress. Getting down that deep into Phase 4 is really, really good. So I think we've got this in the bag for next week.
Mm-hmm. And our MURU strat's on point, too.
Oh, yeah. MURU is great tonight.
Yeah, we did
Truly great job, guys.
MURU as well.
Sorry, what was that, Sam?
We did in like 4.5 minutes, maybe less. It felt great.
Yeah, it was a super fast kill. It was great.
Yeah,
Big props to everybody.
410.
410, yeah.
Yeah, that's
which is very
more
fast.
than a full minute faster than our next fastest kill. So we did it. Like we fucking strategized the shit out of it, and it paid dividends.
Yep. So everyone this week, homework is watch some KJ kills. Any ideas? Let's throw them out in raid discussion. I think we're learning the overall rhythm really well, though. So, just try to internalize what we did this week. You know, review it in your head. So we'll come ready next week.
For perspective on MURU, my fastest previous kill was 411.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Well, you showed up on your Shadow Priest and you came with us.
you find
so
something
that was
useful.
The secret sauce.
Oh no, that yeah, that's my fastest kill on as a tank. So we don't push. We don't transition until 3:30. So that's why we slow roll it.